another day, another vlog. Oh, busy setting this up. A little bit different today. I'm running the iPhone 10 because I've got a new Ulanzi anamorphic lens. I've got my new small rig case to hold it, so it all fits in. So it's basically just a screw in. Going to be looking at down the track. I want to run the new iPhone 12 as my video. I think I've said this to you a few times that I believe it could be a really good option. The iPhone 13 possibly. The rumours about getting rid of that whole power cord port and just being fully wireless charge gives you a whole aesthetic of waterproofness, and then all action cams are pretty much gone and dusted. So I think preparing for that, understanding what I can and can't do on a phone as a video, because it's basically weather resistant. It's not fully waterproof, but I've got 2 meters for 30 minutes, so that's heaps for rain. That's no drama, so I can use it in the rain. I can hook up my sound. I've got my Rode Video Micro Go. I've got the wireless Go gun in the lab, so I should still get really good sound. It's 4K, 24 frames, over 150 shutter, so all those aspects of the video stuff should be good. Got my back home. We're back home, so I've got the lights and I've got all that sort of stuff set up. So it should be a pretty good little setup, I'm hoping anyway. I don't know what the Job's are there. Put him down there. But so we'll see how we go. I thought I'd give it a crack today just to get a bit of an idea. I've got to see how this works. If I can use this iPhone 10 just as my camera, let's go. And then I can sell my GoPro 7 and see what happens anyway. I'm probably going to sell that anyway. And look at either the GoPro 9 as my backup video camera, because I was going to get the M52, but nah, it's just not worth it. If the camera doesn't work, the phone camera doesn't work, I'll probably look at just getting another M50, and that way I can swap my lenses and do my stuff and run one as video and one as the photography side and have it just set up and mark them as such. So that's probably the easiest thing. And part of that aspect too that I can run the cameras, I've got one of these in. Should be pretty good. This is the one where it's got the magnets in it, and you just flip it out when you get to, you can vlog along, do your stuff, and then you just, I haven't got the hang of it yet. I think it takes a while, but you just pop it down like that. A little bit different to the Joby. That's why I have the Joby here, so you can see my little 3K, I think this is the 3K Joby, and that. About the same weight, so it's really light aluminium. It's got little magnets in it, so that's pretty cool. And I think it will be a lot easier. Definitely solid, so it should be a lot smoother with the M50 on it. So I'm definitely going to be giving that a crack this on the next video at least. So looking forward to see how that goes. Just chucked a ball head on there. Got the new 34 media stickers out, so I've got some of them, so that's pretty cool. And yeah, Joby just falling, flexing. It's a bit of they're fantastic when you want to do your thing. They're great when they're like that, but as soon as you spread them out for any sort of decent weight on them, they tend to go a little bit saggy. Now, the other stuff, we do have some news coming up, but I do have an unboxing. I went and got myself one of these. Another part of this little program and the new program of trying to get some better footage out of the video. I know it's sort of been probably shaky and a bit erratic now. I'm starting to get the hang of the editing side. After this while with the new computer makes it a lot better. My goal for 2021, which is pretty much here, but moving forward, my goal is to get better at doing the video side and using this with the phone, and I think will be heaps better. That's the OM4. It's got a heap of good reviews on it. This is the magnetic one, so I can just clip it to the back of my phone. When I get the iPhone 12, I can just clip it on there, and then the magnet just pops on and off, so I can still use it as a phone and do the phone stuff. And then just folds straight up into your pocket. So got one of these. I thought this might be a good option, and quick little unboxing. Get it out of the way. Other than that, it's been good. It was good to get home yesterday. Got to play with Jack, my little buddy, best mate. So that was very cool. Always fun to see him, and he was pretty excited to see his dad home, which is cool. Makes me feel a lot better. When you work away, you sort of wonder if they are going to forget you. So yeah, it looks pretty darn good at the moment. It's a ton of paperwork. Wow. Okay. Now it's supposed to be tiny, and I did look at it in the shop. You've probably all seen. Oh yeah, that's super light. So that's the go, and there's your magnetic clips for it. Screw in tripod. Very nice. Looking forward to see how this goes. Look at that. Ooh, nice solid. Yeah, that's a good solid magnet. That's definitely not going to lose the phone, so that's pretty cool. So I'll be looking at getting that sorted and working that out too for the runs and guns. Riser pad for the phones, for small phones, so you get a little pad in there for smaller phones, for your 7, 8 and SE2 and your Samsung S8. So it's just a little bit thicker, I guess, in there. Just sticks on, I'd say. And then just a charge cord. Groovy. That's just a USB-C to USB-A, the charge cord, so that's all good. And then paperwork to set it all up. That is going to give me follow me and all those sort of things, and allow me to get a good, make sure you get a good smooth shot. The iPhone 10 doesn't have awesome stabilization. The new 12 does have a lot better. So I'm looking forward to see how that goes and what I can bring to you guys with that. So OM4, she's here. The phone is all the stuff that's come together for the phone. I've got the anamorphic ready. I'm using the Moment app to get the anamorphic squeeze. So that's fantastic. And Ulanzi, I've used the Ulanzi lens before. We used to do that with this another day in the vlog summit when it was all just phone. So I have done it before, I've done it before with all just phone, but I'm looking at just simplifying things and what I have to carry in my bag when I go and do a trip, especially when I'm hiking a bush. You send the ground and the terrain is pretty wild and woolly. The lighter I can make that backpack, the better. And if I can come up with a good option with either this one, which is fantastic, or the OM4, definitely make a big difference. So looking forward to trying out both of them. Obviously this is a really nice sturdy one. This will be good for probably more so for the M50 when I'm running, if I want to run the M50 with a wide angle on there, the 16mm Sigma, or even the 10 to 18 Canon. I can run that on there and I should be able to get a really good solid firm grip, and then vlog along with it and show you stuff around. So, and then I can just whack it down if I'm got to do stuff, and I know it's going to be solid and safe. And then this for the phone. This is going to be a really good one for the phone. I'm really positive about this. I think it's a better way of heading towards it. And then worst case scenario, well, we're fully set up on that. And the beauty is they're both really small options too. They're easy to chuck in, and I don't have to put another massive tripod in. I can do other things. And that having the tripod legs as well makes it really good with the DJI. So super, super pumped about that, and looking forward to make some good stuff to show off to you guys, I guess, to make the content a little bit better, which is what it's all about. Every time I do something, I want to try and get a little bit better, and I think we're slowly getting there. I have looked at a couple of old videos lately, and I went, wow, that's terrible. And I think a lot of YouTube creators have said in the past that they often leave those videos up just to remind them where they started and where they've got to, and I can definitely see in the couple of years that we've been doing it for 34 Media and a couple of name changes since then, we've definitely come a long way. So I'm super excited about where we're going to be heading in the future. So if you have subscribed or you're thinking about it, hit that button, hit the bell, and join the team, and hopefully we can bring you some more awesome stuff. Now over to the news. Friday night we have a new video coming up. If you haven't seen this week's video, definitely go check it out. That's still going well. That's the... which one is that one? Oh, Curtis Cutting? Is it Curtis Cutting at the moment? I'm not sure. Oh, no, it wasn't Curtis Cutting. That was the previous week. Oh, I'm lost. It's been a busy fortnight. It's really good to get home to de-stress. I'd definitely tell you that. This week we have Star Trails in the Desert. So I had a request from one of the subscribers about doing some star trails with the M50. I got a chance at work. I ducked out after work. It wasn't a shift change or anything. I ducked out, pretty much got myself 3 hours sleep before going back to work, so that wasn't much fun, but it was definitely worthwhile. It was just one of those super clear nights, no wind, not a cloud in the sky, which we get all the time in the desert, but just to get the combination of everything. Beautiful big galactic core, and I found this beautiful long water section. It's like a little pond, I guess, where they put the excess water after it's been cleaned from sewage and stuff, and they just pump it back in, and it goes back through into the ground, back into the desert where it belongs, to sort of just back to the aquifer. That's the word I'm looking for. Go feed it back into the aquifer naturally. And that was super still, so I got reflections of the Milky Way, reflections of stars. The shots are amazing. The star trail worked out pretty good. You'll see it on there, so just be aware, I haven't done too many of them. I'm pretty happy how this turned out. On a lot of different aspects, there was some jumpiness, and the biggest problem I have with the M50 is no involumeter, and you've got to do it all basically off your mobile, and yeah, just a little bit tricky. So you've got to sit there, do the 5-minute counter. You can't set that up automatically. 5-minute timer, do that. As soon as it finishes, then stop it, then start it. Even though I'm using the phone, for some reason I've got some little breaks in there, and for whatever reason, yeah, it wasn't perfection. Wasn't a Michael Shane Blooms or anything like those gurus that do it, or an Alan Wallace. But I think as a starting point was definitely good, and I learned a lot of things, and I talked a fair bit about that in the actual video. So definitely go check it out. Some beautiful photos, some beautiful Milky Way, and a wicked little star trail shot, which with the reflections of the star trails on the water, so it come up really good. So that's going to be 9 o'clock Friday night. So I try to, it's hard because I know there's eastern states, there's other countries trying to pick out the best time to put these videos up to premiere them. It's a little bit tricky. I sort of went with 9 o'clock because I figured everyone should be done dinner. If they've got kids, they can put their kids to bed. They can do whatever they need to do after that time. Being a parent now, I know straight after the kids go to bed, you're worrying about getting your dinner, getting showered and all that stuff. So I left a little bit of a gap just to give everyone a chance to get their stuff done, so I can just sit there and just chill out and watch it. So hopefully that's a good time. If you prefer a better time, let me know in the comments. It's always good. I can make adjustments. That's easy. Now the Samsung Galaxy S21, we've got the 20 out at the moment. S21 Ultra has leaked photos of it. Massive camera module. Not a quarter of the size of the back, but it'd be at least a sixth, if not less than that. Between a sixth and a quarter of the back side of the phone, and that phone's not a small phone. They're saying it's a 6.7 to a 6.9 inch size screen, so it's a massive big phone, nearly a phablet. And these 4 or 5 cameras on the back are just, the sensor's huge. It is, I'd shit you not, it'd probably be similar to that size. You probably can't see that because of the black. That size there on the back of a phone would give you a fair indication of that size, of the size of the cameras. I'll chuck a photo of that up on the thumbnail to give you a look, but if you want to have a bit of a gander, if you're a Samsung fan, look, it looks pretty cool, and they're saying there's going to be some extra zoom options, not digital, but actual optical zooms up to 10 times, and that might be part of this new camera configuration. So they're putting a heap of money into the cameras and doing that side. Apple's done the same. The phone cameras are fantastic. Again, one of the reasons why I'm looking into that as more of a developed program. And look, this looks pretty cool, and wow, it is huge. Even as a non-Samsung person, you look at it and go, yeah, that's a massive setup for the cameras. So I'm assuming if that bump's bigger and everything else is bigger, then it's probably going to have some bigger sensors in there too. So that's going to be really good for low light stuff, which is very important again. And one of the tricky things to do when you are doing photography vlogs at night and stuff like that, to have enough light or to set it up to get the video to do it right. It's something I'm still very, I'd have to say average at, but I think it's definitely something to check out. Now, new Mavic Mini, we talked about that. That's joined the team. Mine's arrived, the one I ordered, so that's pretty cool. I've got a little kit and it's all set up. I can't wait to get her out and about. I've charged up all the batteries. Tomorrow I'm going to go and try and find a place. I'm going to go and do a video on that. It's tricky where I live. It's pretty close to the air corridor where the planes land in Perth, coming to the airport, so I can't really go near the river because that's where they go straight over the top. So I'm really got to find something, or have a bit of a gander tonight, work out a bit of a plan. So I'm going to try and do a bit of a video, just like a first initial welcome to the team. It's been 2 years since Droney. We lost Droney in a terrible mishap on the Daly River. If you've been with us for a long time, you'd understand, you'd know about Droney. Our last drone that we had on the channel crashed into the Daly River, lost the plot, went haywire and crashed into a tree, which then fell in the river and sunk. And I think a crocodile ate it. But so yeah, no, look, the Mavic Mini is good, and it's good because it's a cheap entry point for me to get back in and learn it. It's a little bit more advanced. It's the DJI, so it's got that quality aspect, and it's just super tiny. Yeah, really nice and tiny that I can chuck in with the camera gear in the backpack. And again, as I said to you before, while I'm looking for some sort of compactness is when I'm doing the hikes and stuff. I don't have to have 40 kilos on my back. Anything to make it a little bit easier in the hot sun coming into summer here. Yeah, crazy stuff. So I think that would be a really good add-on to the team, and I think once I get the hang of it, it should again make the videos a little bit better, give it a little bit more pop to the channel. So super excited about that one. Can't wait to get cracking. And I've got a drone course at work too, so that should help with my actual flying skills. So yeah, fingers crossed. Now the Canon 5DS Mark IV and the 6D Mark II, there's over at Canon Rumors they announced there's a firmware update for that. So if you are one of those camera owners, don't forget to shoot over, get yourself updated. It's always good to sort of hear from these. There's nowhere sort of, you think as a Canon owner and that you'd be able to like register your product with them, and then whenever there's an update or something, they'd send you an email. I don't really think there is with Canon, which is a bit strange. I think it's something they probably should put into place. It'd be a good way to A, keep track of all their gear wherever it is in the world, and B, a good customer servicing to let us know about those firmware updates. We've learned about the firmware update with the M50, but they just sold it as a new camera. They probably won't do it now. They've been nasty to them, but I still love your Canon. So yeah, if you have got that now, it's the updates in regards to connection to your Android devices, and also something to do with the CR2 image fixes. So obviously there was a bit of an issue there, so that's going to be pretty good for you guys. Definitely get over and check it out. Google being sued by the Department of Justice, I'd rather say, in the States for not the fact that it's the biggest search engine, and probably by at least 80-90% of searches go through Google. They're not doing it on that aspect. They understand they can't find something for just being the best, and no one's even close. I think it's more so they're looking at the way their business bundles their stuff with phones. So to say you go out and buy a brand new Apple iPhone 12, current practices in regards to how they do it, sometimes they'll go and go, well, yeah, look, we'll pay you if you preload our Google app straight onto the phone. So we'll give you some money to do that with phone companies. A lot of companies do that sort of to get access to large amounts of people. They put that on there. It's sort of like it's basically like advertising, but it's on the phone. So people open up their phone the first thing, and there's an app ready to go for Google to search, or just say it's for Pizza Hut or something like that. Similar sort of thing, but with how powerful Google is, the Department of Justice saying, well, yeah, look, that's really not fair. And yeah, it's pretty hard. As I said, they're the best by far. There's no other search engine close to it. It's pretty hard to ping them for that. It's just not right to have a crack at someone because they're just better than everyone else, because no one else is good enough to get there. maybe the people that aren't good enough need to get better. I think that's probably more so the issue, and a little bit of jealousy creeps in, so they have a whinge to their local senator and pay their senator off to go and try and sue Google. So yeah, pretty interesting, and I really can't see anything. It might be just a slap on the wrist and hey, just be aware you can't, just because you're the biggest doesn't mean you can do whatever you want. So I think that's all they'll really say to them. And then last but not least, if you're a DxO Photo Lab user, there's a new release just come out. If you go to Canon Rumors, there's links there that you can get, I think, 30% off, they said on the site. So that's pretty cool. It's a Photo Lab 4. It's got a heap of new features. They're saying you can add in your watermark directly into the photo, so it's locked in there so people can't erase it or move it. It's got new advanced history options, and then select specific settings and options, so you can put them on one, so you can take certain selections and then cut and paste that onto different things. So it looks pretty cool. You've also got super advanced digital noise reduction with this company. It's one of the renowned ones for that noise, so probably good for some low light stuff if you're running them, to maybe look at that as an option to check it out. I use Adobe, and I'm pretty happy because it's a one big bundle and it fits everything that I need in one package. But it is good to look at other ones. I've tried that Luminar 4, that done pretty well. It's quite handy. Will I use it every day? Probably not. I probably prefer the process, I guess, now on the Adobe side. But this DxO Photo Lab has won some awards, so if you don't want to go down the generic Adobe spot, maybe this is one you could look at, and it sounds like it's a pretty good bit of kit, and it's been around for a good 15-20 years, so definitely check it out. And don't forget, go to Canon Rumors and you should be able to get a little discount if you are looking at upgrading or to get that software. So very cool. So anyway, that's it. That's enough for one day. Hope this comes out with the video side. Let me know if it looks terrible. Hopefully not. I'm going to work out how to get it up and on the computer and all that sort of side. And I'm going to be I'll be going to be working heavily with these two items and the drone, and see what I can do, and doing a bit of testing and reviewing and stuff like that, and then see how we go. Rightio. Well, wherever you're coming or going, I'll catch you tomorrow. End of the week show, Friday. Peace.